All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is your favorite dark sorcerer here. And the day before yesterday, I updated my computer. I had a few updates that I didn't realize needed to be done. So I hope those updates did what is needed so those of you who like watching my channel can actually do so without interruptions. I do know that it's been working a little bit better, a lot better. There's still that probably about a 1 to 2 second delay. I'm watching this on my own screen, but outside of that, it is pretty good though. So I hope the sound is coming across very clear. Now, today's video, I want to talk a little bit about phylacteries and totems, okay, and how they can be used within your magical practice, okay. Now, I'm going to take a small little break from the seven princes of sin to do this. So here we go. What is a phylactery? And what is a dark totem or a totem in general? Okay. Now, a phylactery is a tablet. Okay. It is some kind of tablet or stone that you utilize for your magical practices. The necklaces, for an example, that have the square tablet. It's like a square um, solid component with designs on it. Most likely runes or, say, for an example, symbols, sigilliums. This is a phylactery, okay? Things that have stones in them, okay, can be a phylactery. Okay, and a lot of things, it's not just this stuff. It could be rings, it could be necklaces, it can be amulets, talismans, even bones. Okay, all of this stuff can be considered to be phylactery, not just something made out of clay. Okay, a totem, on the other hand, is a item that you utilize throughout your magical practice as a buildup of magical energy, a current, if you wish, to classify it as such. Those of you who are into Satanism, those of you who are into witchcraft, you most likely have, say, for an example, the Baphomet statue, if you're into Satanism and demonolatry. Okay. If you're into paganism and the more white light practices, you're most likely utilizing the pagan gods such as Seth or Set, Anubis, Bastet, maybe even Pan. Okay. But there are other, statues out there that you can utilize, like that of, say, a raven, or, say, for an example, a skull. Okay. Now, a power totem doesn't have to just be made out of, say, for an example, pewter or plaster. Okay. This could actually be real bones. Okay. There's a lot of facilities out there that you can purchase both human and animal bones legally. Okay. Or you can do things the more ancient way and just go out and commit a crime. But depending on where you are. But I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just saying, those are the two ways that you normally do it. Now, if you're out and, wandering the woods, or, you're walking down a city street and you see a dead carcass of an animal, utilize it. Okay, help the city out, clean it up, use the bones, the joints, get rid of the flesh, or, whatever. utilize the blood for rituals. Okay, because the animal's already dead. You know, at that point, it's no longer considered animal cruelty or animal sacrifice or whatever. It's more of the fact that the animal's already dead and it is legal to do. Okay. The other totems, like I said, are the human stuff like organs, bones. This stuff here. If you're down in Texas, you can go out into the desert and you'll find like a buffalo, carcass, or you'll find a lizard carcass. The skeletal remains of an animal. Most likely, you'll find things on, like, say, for an example, lizard heads, or say, for an example, snake bones and stuff like that. Okay, all of these things you can utilize freely and willingly, and you can just charge them. You can cleanse them, charge them, and activate them for certain purposes. There is a lot of different methods that you can utilize. Now, if you get underneath Google and you type in totems, you're going to get a lot of different things. The same thing with phylacteries. Okay. In this case, let's say, for an example, you type in dark totems. Okay, you're going to come up with things like D&D or World of Witchcraft, and quite a few other current mundane things. All right. When you look into phylacteries, you're going to find everything from pyramid type structures that have an opening in them that you can store stuff in. You're going to find crystals. You're going to find jewelry. You're going to find, like I said, necklaces, rings, gems, and a whole wide range of things just underneath that. Excuse me. But the point of this is that there is a wide range of things that you can utilize. And lately, I've been leaning towards the creation of one of these things. I've already got all kinds of things that I consider to be dark totems on my altar and ritual chamber. You know, supplies. I've got a whole bunch of talismans and amulets and Orcrofts. Okay. But lately, I've been leaning more to the charging and creation of these things. And I've been reading up on them within the books. I've numerous old books that I've collected over the years. I've gone back into these books. They're based off the crystals and the gems, the old forms of witchcraft, sorcery, delving into more modern stuff, like, say, Shadow Whispers, or old school witchcraft type practices, like, where is it? It's right there. I'll go get it for you so you can see it. Things like witchcraft and practical magic. This book here is a pretty old one. Okay, you're looking at a book that was created roughly. Let me go back a page here. Wow, this one here actually goes back to 2006. And it's NS Publishing, Ltd., 2006. It's actually a pretty good book because it's got the history, it's got the apprentice to magic, magic in action, in the glossary and all that stuff. But the big thing that I found interesting when I got my hands on this book was the creation of phylacteries. Okay? Totems, even. It's got things from stones, crystals, gems, to actual statues, sacred places, even, that have been held in high esteem for many, many years, centuries, generations, even. But it's not just these books here that I've been going through. I have an entire library that is dedicated to witchcraft, sorcery, spirituality. And it wasn't until I've read this book here, Chanel Whispers, at least 5 times now. And each time, the most basic thing that stands out to me is in chapter 7, and it's called Phylacteries. And I keep going back to that chapter. And the two things that have been on my mind a lot lately is phylacteries and totems. You type in magical or sacred totems, for an example, you're going to come up with things like the Shroud of Solomon or the scepter of such and such a person, the sword of Alexander, or you're going to come up with a whole wide list of range of just items that were considered to be totems. And that's something that's pretty cool as well. And I'm going to show you here real fast because I got my cell phone here too. And I'm going to go underneath Google and I'm going to type in religious icons. I'm going to type in religious relics. Okay. And again, you have right here, I don't know if you can see it. Notice that is what comes up underneath the photos. Okay. But let me drop down here. I'm going to go underneath everything. And under relics, you have the skull of Saint Ivo of Kermartian. Okay. Let's see. You have amphora depicting Greek hero cult. The Delphic oracle, even, and a whole bunch more going throughout the world. You have Hinduism. You have Buddhism. The Buddha relics of Kanishka. The stupa in Peshawar. I probably just butchered that, by the way. The Pakistan now in Mandalay, Burma. Okay, 2005. Okay, let's go into Christianity. In Christianity, you have the reliquary. I can't even speak today. Pope Saint John XX3 National Seminary in the United States with relics of Saint James, Saint Matthew, Saint Philip, Saint Simon, Saint Thomas, Saint Stephen, and other saints. Let's see. There's a reference to Elisha, Elisha died in and was buried. Now, a Moabite raiders used to enter the country every spring And once a while, some Israelites were burying a man. Suddenly, they saw a band of raiders, and they threw the man's body into the tomb of this person. When the body touched the bones of this individual, the man came to life and stood up on his feet. And this is in the NIV, by the way, and it's 2 Kings chapter 13, verses 20 and 21. Okay, you can look that up because it's the NIV version. Let's see, you have Martyrdom of Polycarp, written around 150 to 160 AD. Acts chapter 19, verses 11 and 12. You go into Augustine, Ambrose, Gregory of Nyssa. You got relics from the shrine of Saint Boniface of Dacom, the Hermit Church, and yada yada yada. Okay, worldwide mythology has relics in dark totems, and totems of some sort throughout history that is associated with spirituality. You know, and it's very interesting to see just how they play a part in everyday practice of what we do. Okay, you look at the in Voodoo, you have what is in necromancy and Palomayambi. In Palomayambi, you have what is called the Naganga. Okay, the house of the spirit. You have, for an example, the independent shrine of the uh, you got the peristyle, rather, independent rooms dedicated to independent Loa. You have the spirit box within necromancy, and so forth and so forth. In witchcraft, you have the cauldron. Okay, these are all spiritual gateways and doorways to which could be classified in both as a dark totem that you charge and constantly use through your sorcery with your blood, your everyday rituals that you perform, the spirits that you call through these items, and most importantly, things that you can wear, you keep lying around that most people would not give a second thought to. Okay? Look at a cane for an example. A cane or a walking stick, a scepter, a wand, a chalice, also known as a goblin or a cup. Okay? Simple things that you use every day. A lot of people do not consider these things to be considered to be phylacteries or items of power within your sorcery. And like I said, lately this stuff has been on my mind. So as I'm getting into all these religions again and really digging deep, I've been going into everything from the spirituality of it to the spiritual warfare, taking these things even more seriously, taking a good, hard look at how my personal ritual chamber is set up, but most importantly on how I do my sorcery. Okay, my own apprentices, that and my brothers and sisters, those in my coven, those in my house, okay, that I allow, that have come into my house and consider me to be their teacher, their spiritual guide, and that's an honor in itself to be seen as an elder. But most importantly, when they come to me and they ask questions about how to perform such rituals, or what kind of tools or seals, how do I see these specific spirits, and how would I conjure them? How would I activate or charge something? These are the things that make this stuff possible, okay? And it's very interesting to see when you utilize an item such as a phylactery. Let's say, for example, you have a clay tablet. Okay, you can go underneath Amazon or eBay and you type in clay phylacteries. Okay, and you're going to come up with a wide range. And again, I want you to see this. Okay, let me get rid of that one there. I'm going to go underneath Amazon first, Amazon.com. Okay, and let's see, clay phylacteries. Oops, phylacteries. There we go. You may have to scroll down a few things because you're going to have everything from soaps um, to clay jar kits and stuff like that. But you are going to find a few things of phylacteries, like books and stuff like that. Like, say for example, right there. Okay, and you'll get better results from eBay. Personally, I think eBay would be better for you if you're going to go this route. But so why don't we go to eBay right now, and we're going to type in the same thing. Once it comes up, and we're going to type in, the hell is that? Okay, let's go with clay phylacteries. All right. I typed in underneath eBay, I typed in clay phylacteries. Okay. And it came up with no exact matches found, but if you scroll down, you have a Chinese bronze, brass, guardian, foo dog phylactery, door lion pair statues. You go down even further, you have the China pure bronze wealth corn dragon phylactery. Okay. Then you go down from the sixth and seventh books of Moses, the crystal vision set. You have, let's go down to the Tibet Silver Wealth Phylactery, Guardian Beast, Brave Troops, pair statues, and so forth. And then you go down even further and you have all kinds of links. Okay, and I want you to see these. Okay, notice no exact matches, but yet if you scroll up, there you go. All right, these are considered to be totems. They are considered to be phylacteries. Okay, but you've also got links at the very bottom that you can literally go under to find these. Now, you can, if you are up to it and up to the challenge. I have a few apprentices that literally make their own. Okay, I know people who can make their own phylacteries. Okay, their own totems. Okay, I have a friend of mine who I was going to pay 200 to 250 to make me a phylactery, a ring, okay, for myself. Unfortunately, that has not happened yet, okay, because of the fact that there's been a lot of things going on in my life in this year of 2020 that we all know about, okay, with the shutdowns of the governments, of the business world, the whole kit and caboodle, so money is very scarce at this time. On top of that, you have car payments and, say, for an example, car repairs, you have, bills to pay, and all of this, and then you gotta buy food and all this stuff. So all this stuff comes before these items. Sad fact of life, but shit happens. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so there's a couple of things. So I actually sent my friend a message, and I know that she had already gotten the gems that I asked for. Okay, so I told her this morning. I said, I know it's been a little bit. I wanted to let you know I'm still interested in the items that that I requested of you. But and I know you just picked up the gems so far. I'm willing to pay you for them, for right now. But I fear it's going to be a little bit before I can, give you that other, funding stuff. That way, she's not sitting there twiddling her thumbs, wondering, am I still willing to do this? Am I going to do this? Am I just pulling her leg or whatever? The answer is no. I am actually dead serious on that. I am going to be doing this. But lately, like I said, the fact that I haven't been able to get the money together for her to do this, guess what? This also has been on my mind. Why not learn how to do it yourself? Okay? Why not do some videos on how to do this? What are they? How do you create them? Well, guess what? This is going to be another series that I'm going to do once I get the 7 Princes of Sin completed. But I wanted to give this video up and running because of the fact that I wanted to share with you the difference between a phylactery and a totem. Okay. And the one thing that I want you to understand about the totem is that this is what holds the energy, the chi of the energy that you as the practitioner raises within your ritual chamber. Okay. The more you work with magic, the more powerful that totem's going to be, especially when you're doing offerings, sacrifices, and you know, placing your soul or your essence upon that item. It becomes one with you, and it is literally an offshoot of you. Okay. And like I said, this could be a stone, it could be a statue, it could be a wand, a stick, it could be crystals, it could be gems, it could be a paperweight, it could be just about anything that attracts you as the individual on being a dark totem. Okay, it's not just necklaces, it's not just rings. Okay, it's a wide range of items that you can utilize as a phylactery or a totem. All right. So I hope this has been intellectual. I hope it's been enlightening. And until next time, have a good one.